Let's talk Summer Wells. And welcome. I'm Raquel, and I don't normally do videos, but when I'm passionate about something or want to point something out or say something about a case or a story, that's when I decided I'm going to make a video. So this one is going to be about Summer Wells. A little backstory if you don't know. Summer Wells at the time was 5 years old when she went missing from her Tennessee home in Hawkins County from 110 Ben Hill Road on June 15th. And from her mother's account, Candace Wells, they came home from running errands, going to a swimming hole, and brought in some groceries, transplanted plants, and she got some candy from her grandma. And Candace walked her halfway to the house and then yelled in to her boys who were inside, either playing a PlayStation or watching TV, to watch their sissy, and she'll be back. And she turned around and walks the 6 feet to the trailer. Their grandma had a trailer that sits really right in front of their home. So she said she goes and helps her mom with her knee brace. And in her words, she was gone for about 3 to 5 minutes. And she goes back inside, asks the boys, "Where's your sister?" And they tell her that she's downstairs playing with her toys. So she calls down there and she doesn't get an answer. So she searches, calls for Summer. She ends up calling Don Wells, which is Summer's father, and he tells her to call the police. And she makes a phone call. He makes a phone call. They show up around maybe 7 o'clock, I think it was. People seen the detective walking up and down the street. So very short time. From then, she's just gone. Nobody can find her. There was searches done. There was dogs, and they got her scent, and it went down the driveway and then stopped. I'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the video, give you my opinion and some other things about the case. What I really want to talk about is the craziness and drama around this case. Now, as an outsider who watches all of Summer Wells' content from all different creators, I see this almost ownership over this case. And even though this has been said, I'm going to say it again, and it needs to keep being said. Nobody owns this case. Nobody owns Summer Wells. Nobody owns Don or Candace. It's absolutely crazy how people will attack each other for the smallest infractions of videos. There will be new content creators that will just start going over this case, and people will literally attack them saying, oh, well, because they weren't here from the beginning, they must not know what they're talking about. There's nothing new in this case. It's been almost a year, and there's no new information. Nothing that we know is new. So when they go over it, they're going to get the same exact information that you have already gotten and put out there. So whether you started this case from the beginning, which that doesn't give you some type of right over this case because you were there from the beginning. A lot of us were. I followed it right from the start. So as most of the people who follow and watch. But what blows my mind is everyone claims they love Summer Wells. They want to know what happened. But yet when someone comes up, someone new, fresh eyes, fresh ears, and starts going over the case, why wouldn't you either help them out if they get something wrong instead of attacking them, or collab together? Why does it have to be a competition? This is a missing girl, missing little girl. And I'm watching this, and it really blows my mind. It's like children, fighting over a toy or fighting over a group of friends, or it's ridiculous. And I sit back and watch, and it makes me sad, because even though the case is being out there, and let me just tell you, YouTube is literally the only platform that keeps this case alive like it is. It's not on mainstream media. You don't see it anywhere else. We are the ones who keep watching, keep making videos, and keeping Summer's name out there. And to see other content creators not be able to put their bullshit aside and just stay in your lane is ridiculous. I don't understand it, and it's sad, because you have this little girl where all of these creators could be coming together and doing something big. I mean, why doesn't somebody, one of these content creators, why don't they raise money where we can all go and search for her, or something? I'm not even sure what, but instead of sitting there and attacking and talking about people, just stay on Summer. That's what I want to hear about. I want to hear what's going on with Summer. Now, I know there's no new information, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe because there is no new information, people are just trying to grasp at straws. Because another thing that I constantly hear is people are exploiting Summer, making mega money. First of all, when I hear people say this, usually the people who are saying it are the people who are making money. And every single one of you have made money off of Summer's name. Everyone. So if you have, who are you to point fingers at anybody and say, oh, they're exploiting her? Now, I am all for YouTubers making money off of anything they talk about, because for some people, this is their full-time job. And I look at it like the news, detectives, they all make money off of cases. I mean, the news talks about missing kids and murders and all of the horrific things, and they make money doing it. They go out there and they do the work. They talk to people. And, you know, when I see YouTubers go out and actually go on or go to Hawkins County to feel the vibe and, you know, go to Ben Hill Road, I think that's amazing. I really do, because it really goes to show that you really care. Now, I get it. I know a lot of people think, oh, it's a money grab. They're just doing it for views and da 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 da. Well, let me tell you something about YouTube. YouTube is views, clicks, likes, subscriptions. That's what YouTube is. And if it's not Summer, it's another case. If you are making money off of missing children or murdered victims, don't point your finger at other content creators and say, oh my God, they're exploiting them. Well, you know what? Turn off your super chat. Turn off your Cash App and monetization. I mean, it's really that simple. But, you know, it's funny too, because there's a lot of people, you know, in the chat, there's a lot of people supporting these people who are attacking other content creators and having their backs. And just because you like a content creator or you like your favorite YouTuber, that doesn't make them right. They can be wrong. They're human. And I don't know who decided that YouTube creators were the moral police of everything. Because let me tell you something, when I tell people how much I watch YouTube or where I got my information from, they look at me like, really? That's where you got your information from? I mean, I look at them like, you get your information from mainstream media and they lie to you all the time, but what do I know? So you're sitting on this high horse for no reason. I mean, it's bullshit. Like, nobody should be attacking anybody for covering a case. We all want the same thing. We all want to find Summer, or at least know what happened to her, right? I mean, that's what I want. And I know that content is really scarce because everything is out there. There's really nothing to cover unless Candace speaks out, unless Don gets out and starts talking, or if the grandma comes out and starts talking. I mean, there's really nothing to talk about. I mean, what was it? The last big thing was Jose coming out. And then finally Grandis comes out and starts telling a story which didn't really match up with Candace's story. There was a little inconsistencies. So I guess that will bring me to the end of the video where I can tell you what I think and a couple more things about the case. It's my phone. So in the beginning, right in the beginning of the case, there was a news story that had said the boys last seen Summer walking out the back door. And it's funny because I don't see a lot of people really honing in on this. And this was like the first week or two, I want to say. And after that, I never seen anybody else say anything else about what the boys have said. And I feel like because it was so early on, so fresh, so new, that this could be true. And if it is, we don't know, you know? And that's what sucks, is because if the police have more information, they're not going to put it out there. They see the drama on YouTube. They see, you know, all the bickering and everything that goes on. They watch. So they're not going to give out more because they don't want to hurt their case. To me, personal opinion, Candace's story doesn't add up. And I know it doesn't add up to a lot of people. And it's not so much the story, it's the timeline. And the whole them out and about, going to the watering hole, going to, was it Walmart, going to Sonic, and, you know, all these places could be on point. And to be honest with you, times when you're out, you're not really, you know, if I came up to you and I asked you, what did you do last Thursday at 6 o'clock? Could you tell me? What about at 4? What about at 3? What about at 4:44? You'd really have to sit and think. And then you know, your days kind of just, especially when you have your days all in one. Maybe if you have a routine and you're very, you know, things are at a certain time, then I can see that. But to sit down and actually say, hey, this is what did you do? But when your daughter goes missing, wouldn't you be replaying it over and over and over and over and over in your head? Now, maybe not the hours before, like when they're out and about, but when they got to the house, everything should be pretty crystal clear, because in Candace's words, things happen in a short period of time. And I personally don't think anything happened at the water hole. I have seen a lot of different theories where it could be, you know, a dry drowning or a heat stroke, which is all great possibilities. It really could be. And who knows, maybe when she did come home, she had a heat stroke or dry drowning and Candace didn't know what happened and she freaked out. That absolutely could happen. But I think something happened at the house. I don't think Candace was away from the house for 3 to 5 minutes. I think that's bullshit. I think that she was away way longer than that. You know, she told the boys, hey, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. You're just turning around and then walking right back. And now that people have come out and we kind of see their personalities, the way they live, and it's kind of hard for me to believe that she was walking Summer to the house and then, you know, telling the boys, watch Sissy. Like, I don't think this is something that she does on a regular basis. It seems like them kids just run amok all over the place and, weren't really watched. They could just do whatever they want. The fact that Candace stayed pretty quiet before Don went to jail. You didn't really hear much from her. You didn't really see her. You heard a lot from Don Wells. What is very interesting, though, is if Candace did something, Don knows, right? Grandis knows. Even if she didn't do something, even if there was an accident, they all know. But what's surprising to me is they've been on panels, wasted, drinking on who knows what, and haven't really slipped up. I mean, of course, maybe some things are inconsistent, but even if they're inconsistent, they'll tell the same inconsistent story. You'll hear, they'll say one thing, then they'll say another thing, but then they'll backtrack and go back to that thing. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. But then again, I guess I think of it like, if you really don't want to get caught, you're going to be really, even if you're drunk, you're probably going to watch what you say and have this elaborate story. And one of the things that I do notice is that, when you ask a question, it's always or for Don anyway, you ask a question, it's always this story, and, he just goes around it. And it's very interesting to watch them on panel. It's sad to watch them. And to be honest, I've never, ever seen any parents act like this. And I know that this is the reason why a lot of people point the fingers at them. It literally makes me speechless. It really does. The fact that Candace hasn't went out on any of the searches to look for Summer, the fact that she's not going out there getting people to search weekly, daily, the fact that she gets on a panel and maybe speaks about Summer 5 minutes, the fact that Chat has to bring up her daughter for her to talk about her. Go back and look at every single parent of a missing child. They go on panels to talk about their child, whether it's their life, the case, to get their name out there. There are parents who wish they had all of YouTube covering this case on a daily basis. And the Wells have that. They have that. And it's like they just want to make friends. It's sad. It's really sad for Summer. I look at it like Summer is like our baby, YouTube's baby, because we care more than her family. And it's sad. And you know what? Another thing. It's been months, almost a year, and them boys are still not home. Let me tell you something about a CPS case. As long as you're doing what they ask you to do, you can have your kids back in a month. I mean, drug testing, parenting classes, substance classes, AAs and meetings, rehabs if they ask. So let's say she had to go to rehab for 24 days, give or take 2 months. It doesn't take this long to get your kids back. You really want them back? You'll get them back. I've seen it. I mean, even if they blame it on fixing up the home, it's sad. Now, I do hope that the boys are just living such a better life, and I hope they're happy. And I pray for Summer and those boys so much. And I really, really, really hope that we can know what happened, find out what happened, find Summer. I see a lot of these YouTubers go out there, like I said before, and I commend them. It really gives us insight to see around the house, the area, the people. And I just think that's awesome and amazing. I know a lot of people, of course, attack these YouTubers that go there, but who cares? I want to see what it's like out there. I can't just go jump on a plane and go out there for a couple of days. So when YouTubers do this, I think that's awesome. And it's keeping Summer's name out in her area. Let them rattle the cages. Maybe something will come out of it. Another thing that like was so stupid is I seen a YouTuber do a charity raising money for St. Jude on Summer Wells's birthday, and was attacked for it. I thought that was a great idea. And I don't know, maybe I'm foolish, but why is it foolish to raise money for children and then put it in a missing child's name on her birthday? That, you know, like I thought that was great. I don't know why she got attacked by it or people were saying stuff about it. What can you tell why? Why was that so? Oh my gosh. What was the problem? And you want to know what? Even if she did it for views, or whatever, she raised money for kids. That's the outcome. So I don't know. I'm so tired of everyone just at each other's throats. You look silly. We're grown. And most of these people who are running their mouths are doing the same exact thing. Same thing. But thank you for listening to me ramble on. And I don't know. I'll see you when I see ya. Bye.